All right. Hello. Back from work. I'm about 3 hours, so I'm gonna go see that new Godzilla movie. So we're gonna try and see if we get through this before then. I'm not gonna rush it, of course. If we don't. We don't. No. It's rare you get a game that really does the no hints thing well, so I'd rather take the chance. Yeah, I don't have like a big introduction to this one. I think it's a student game. I'm playing it physically on a PS5 here. I don't know if they've done anything else. It is on Steam. Not super popular. It came out. I think it has like 20 something reviews. Which some of the best games I've played has no reviews, so not a problem there. November 2nd, so pretty new. Yeah, we're gonna give it a go here. Might suck. Might be great. If we don't finish it before I leave in about 3.5 hours. We'll get the audio figured out later. Yeah, so don't have like a big chit chat at the beginning here. I think it's generally exploration, kind of cinematic atmosphere, which I'm down for. Yeah, let's get started. I'm not gonna rush when we get in there, but we might as well get in. Head bobbing. Usually not a fan, but we'll start with it. Anyways, we'll be back to Chained Echoes later tonight or tomorrow, since I worked today. A little tired. Did not sleep good. Let's turn up that audio. I hope it doesn't blow my ears out. I like the atmosphere so far. I don't know why it reminds me of like Lovecraft. For out on the PS5, it's definitely got some jaggies and all that. That's fine. It might be part of the style. Some blur when you move here. I want to be able to hear all the wind and stuff. I don't think there's any options while you're in here. Just pressed every button, so. Huh? Was there a story before I missed? It's bizarre I can't press start. And adjust shit. Not sure if that's intentional. One sec, let me I'll reset. This game's also very quiet. This is the loudest I've had my PS5 or my capture card audio in a while. Oh, I really appreciate they actually started it at lower volume. I'm totally gonna turn it up though. I appreciate that. It's a weird thing to like give credit for, but so many devs will have this shit max from start. That they had the master down and these down is awesome. Problem is I can't access this in the game, it seems like. Alright. Let's begin again. Wait, when did that say this came out? Did I say 2018? Well, on Steam it's 20. I did not see the first message. Well. Well, this kind of game I shouldn't have camera for. We'll see. Bit foreboding. Yeah, let's do no camp. My ears hurt anyways, we're just gonna chill. Oh. That's like, yeah, man. The sound clip. That was loud. Okay, though. It's supposed to. I have to read these. Stop pressing A. So he's been imprisoned and there's some kind of wonky conspiracy or something. Am I still on Chained Echoes, really? This. Great. Thank you. Well, from what I understand, it's like a student game that came out like a month ago. got a physical release, so I'm just playing it. I think it's mostly just kind of a walking atmosphere type of game. We'll find out, huh? I have stuff. My glasses are fucked. I'm gonna try to fit it in before I go to the theater tonight, but we'll see. I'll get these fucking glasses very clean. Minute. Yeah, we'll continue Chain Echoes later. I don't think this is supposed to be too long. Like a 20 review game, man. Could be a hidden gem. 2236 too? Very different kind of game. Dude, these glasses, holy fuck. I did start Chained Echoes yesterday. Yeah, I did about 3 hours. It was cool so far. The writing's pretty stiff, like the dialogue. Although the pacing's fine, and the set pieces are good. And I don't know about the overdrive system. We'll find out. It seems a little arbitrary. But it's cool so far. It's like I just cannot. These glasses clean, and I don't think this game is meant to be looked at with a massive glare. Just going out and working, I guess, man. Your glasses get blocked. Whatever, we're just gonna have to deal with it. That's fine. Yeah. Less than 10? Yeah, I think it's supposed to be relatively lengthy. Indie RPG. Pretty sure it's like a. I'm expecting 40 plus. We'll see. Why'd you bounce off it, man? This'll have to do. Right, yeah. We'll see. I hope I continue to be fine with it, but the writing's already got me kind of weird. It's like clearly written by like somebody whose English is their like second language, which is like, you know, it's not. I don't mean any offense. It's just it comes across as a little stiff. There's not a lot of contractions and things are spelt out a little too plainly. You can tell what kind of personality the characters are supposed to have, but you don't really. You're not as engaged by it. It's cool. It's made by like one guy. Yeah. But we'll see as we go. I mean, it's cool so far. I just wonder if they're trying to shake up the formula enough with the game that it ends up kind of feeling like not fun or it's kind of arbitrary. Like I said, the overdrive system feels kind of forced. Like I'd rather, if I get poisoned, I want to cure it, not wait a turn just because my meter is gonna go red. It just kind of doesn't make much sense, right? Anyways, let me read this here. My bad. Interesting. His lady has left. I don't know if she's referring to like the afterlife or just an actual place of complete violence and all that. We'll find out. Oh, apologies if my voice gets a little wacky and my allergies and part of my jaws bother me a bit. Yeah, you seem to be really into it. Surprised you went through the first so quickly. Usually split stuff up a bit more. Hello? What the fuck? The game just froze for like 5 seconds. Like saving? They are good, man. And Valkyria Chronicles is pretty addicting. It's a neat blend of like actual third-person shooter and strategy. Well, we got a shipping container, so this isn't like some pure like gothic or, you know, odd kind of like eldritch thing. There's like modern stuff, I guess. Like the sound of you walking is a little too loud. Can you turn that down? Yeah. Yeah, 4 is like a pretty much like in a fucking expansion. There's more crazy shit and classes. Really, I'd rather be able to hear the environment a little bit better. Let like the sound of the wind and stuff come in a bit more. I don't really like how loud the footsteps are, man. They like take center stage when it's just supposed to be like a bit of immersion, right? You don't think about your footsteps when you're walking around. You know they're there. You can, I mean, you could if you focus, but like you don't want to like hear them fucking ringing in your ears. But so I turned off story hints. We'll see what that means. They gave me an option at the beginning, so I figured see if I could trust their sense of points of interest and level design, and we'll just soak it in. Have that player agency. There's definitely this like blur. I guess it's like a motion blur when you move, but it feels more like it's a kind of like DLSS type of thing. I don't think it is, but well, I like the architecture and shit. It's cool. The clouds may be a little too static. Kind of stands out when you look at them, but when you're walking around, it's not bad. Maybe that's the idea, though. It's supposed to be silent. Yeah, the walls and stuff give you a feeling of like I don't know what kind of architecture that is. It's like Anor Londo, like like what are these things called? It's not like, I mean, obviously like it's not just a Souls thing, but like very like gothic dark fantasy. But then you got like machines, highways. I don't know what those like slope kind of like supports or what those are called. Sorry, my display is a little delayed. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's just the sound of footsteps and wind. So I don't know if there's like side shit or anything. We're just kind of going. A little bike. This reminds me of what's that? It was like this, where it was just kind of like walking, but it kind of had like Elder Scrolls NPC dialogue, but it was mostly just on a little bike, and it was mostly about like looking at the environment. What was it called? Music nice. Where to pause it? East Shade. There's too many East games. Eastward, Eastbound, Earthbound. Yeah, East Shade. That game had a fucking huge issue on Game Pass, so I couldn't even finish it, but I deleted my progress over and over. I redo the same spot like 3 or 4 times, and there's like an hour apiece. Am I supposed to hold it? So at least this isn't as loud as talking. Ooh. Militiamen. Oh, it's picking up in volume. Wait a sec. Military tent. It's the one coming up. Is there going to be like actual people here? Is it going to be like a Shadow of the Colossus or something? Yeah, it's so odd. I think this saves and it just like the game just freezes for 5 seconds. I think I've ever seen a save like that. I mean, I've seen saves that obviously cut away to a save menu. That take way longer, but this is like reminiscent of like crashing. Huh. I hope there's not a bunch of like fucking people walking up and talking to me. I could go for something more atmospheric. This crow? Real? Oh. Oh, excuse me. Well, it was called the Silent Swan, not the fucking Silent Crow. Shame. On me little bake. Having a little ride. Yeah, you have like electric lines and stuff too. I don't know why it makes me think of out of all games like the Nocturne or what is it called in FF15? That place had a very just black big wall thing going on. What was the name of that city? It was like what was the word for not being able insomnia? So there's a military that tried to attack a particular area and the land is stopped. The land? The actual land, or is there like a group called the land? A little bit more politically and just more going on than I'd expect for a game with an atmosphere like this. You'd imagine it'd be a bit more visual and I figure everything out that way. Not like there's that much to add. Is it supposed to be like the zone or something? Oh, gosh. Maybe I should stop trying to refer to this using other games as a reference. Who knows, it might just be its own deal, man. Oh, they got these like anime tank, man. The giant smokestack type of thing coming out of them. Thank God they kept leaving bikes. Tracker on the edge of a steep abyss. Yeah, it feels very The Zone or Annihilation or something. Interesting. There's somebody on the other side of the radio trying to get him to sleep. I mean, are they like real or actually just some dude talking to him? He knows who he is. Should he? Okay, this is the military. There's a whole lot of intrigue and politics and identity swapping going on here. Maybe a bit much. Keeping track of it all. I feel like something a little more simple. Yeah, like this might work well. I mean, you might even be able to still hit some of the same beats. I mean, it's not like it's that complicated. Maybe they don't want to just have like a singular focus, like a journey or something. Just visually. I mean, it does build a bit of it.
I became certain after the conversation that none of my movements during the previous days had gone unnoticed by the Cernurian authorities. They knew I was there. They had been following me. Or maybe they were already within those walls, waiting. But none of that would deter me. I was to make my way home, and that I would.
Oh. Are we Seal or the dude? Or somebody else? I have no idea. Surprised the stuff before was not voiced. If that's some kind of like artistic decision. Has like some meaning. Or they just didn't like have the money. Maybe the VA sucked, so they like got rid of it. Because it feels like this game should be like a fucking Dear Esther or something, or it's just constant jabbering. I mean, I'm all fine with none. It just depends on how much story you're gonna hit me with and complicated it's gonna be. I mean, I guess you don't have to think that much about how you move through the environment, but definitely something more visual seems the way to go, but I mean, who knows? I'm just blabbering as we're riding. Yeah, it did set the scene of this maybe being it's kind of like more foreboding, right? Like we're moving into the realm of the surreal and the unexplainable or something. Now I don't know how literal they meant by that and how much of it's like some fucking military black site or something, like it's not on the map. Or, you know, like a Finland or something. Ooh. We're getting good at this bike, bro. I like the droning ambience. The old sun-drenched fog's nice. Whee! Colors. I assume the crow has some meaning. Played a few of these before. I'm just gonna assume it does, but maybe not. Let's follow the lines. Maybe we have to give power to it. There's no voice there. Maybe only she is voiced and it's like a separate story as we go. There's no way to tell other than the voices if that's the case. Oh, that kind of sucked. My flashlight. Yeah, it's a weird thing to complain about, but I would turn the footstep down a little bit. Pretty harsh sound effect too. Sounds like there's like 3 Different footstep noises, maybe. Oh, cool. I like the aesthetics. Okay, so maybe I missed it, but this is where they used to live, I assume. Take a break in a minute here. Cheapo fucking lunch coming back to get me. Yeah, I just feel like the atmosphere like is strongest when it's droning ambience and like environmental noises. With the footsteps, like maybe I'm just mentally compromised now that I hear them. They just take center stage. They're far too loud. But if I turn down the sound anymore, we're gonna, you know, fuck up normal shit. I'll get used to it. It'll be the first game with too loud a footstep. I don't know if there's stuff for me to find, if I should be looking. It's mostly just point A to point B. I don't want to start like skill jumping around or some shit. No, there's no immersion in that. I mean, it's not like immersion breaking, I suppose. But it's just not that kind of game, man. But I don't know if there's anything to find on the side. Usually these kind of games that have like mega structures and stuff will generally not have you walk every inch. But who knows? Maybe I'll look a little harder. I mean, considering the highway system they've got going on, I don't see why this would be much different, but I kind of want to go back and see if I can go up. Let's try it. Pop in. I don't know what engine this is done on. Pretty sure we passed right under this. How do they get up here? Normally, these stairs. Well. Oh well. Am I going the right way? I think I got turned around there. No, I think that might have been right. I'm not sure. So I thought the birds were on the right when I walked up. Really good for coming back. Yeah. If jumping's quicker, that would really look goofy if I'm just jumping all the time, but It's alright. Yeah, that was the they did work in Alan Wake 2, right? Still haven't gotten to play that. I just don't have the money. It's probably the big one that'll, well, not a lot of people have played it, but that's probably the big critic one I haven't touched. I can't remember if they did something for Control. I think they might have. There's a few, definitely some. Oh, there's a Finnish celebrity in there and a few bands that did some music. I don't remember exactly who and what. Oh. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't go off the beaten path too much. Stairways into clipping into walls that have no collision. The magic trick is revealing itself a bit. Here, let's not. Let's enjoy stuff. I think we're meant to take in the sights. Not really. Thoroughly check them out. Yeah. Blame old Timmy, man. No physical. This got a fucking physical release. I'm probably like the fucking first person to play this fucking game and it has a physical release. But Max fucking Payne 2 doesn't, dude. Huh. Guess I can't use this bike. It's good enough. Clearly not the first person to play it. It's just old Timmy, man. Epic paid for the damn thing, so they're gonna make it as exclusive to that platform as they can. I don't even think Alan Wake 2 did well. I wonder how much Tim paid them. Because they had to have known that digital only and not on Steam would hit pretty hard. I mean, as long as Remedy's doing fine, it doesn't really matter, in my opinion, how well it did. As long as they're gonna keep making more cool shit. Oh, yeah, I mentioned Dear Esther earlier, yeah. At least I don't think this game's up its own ass as much as Dear Esther. That's a pretty pretentious game. It's got a cool atmosphere, but Jesus, the narration, man. But I mean, that's kind of like a proto. That's definitely one of your earlier walking sims. So it gets a bit of a pass. Protects me from fall damage. But I already am protected from fall damage. Looks like even years of experience together are nothing for you compared to a few boys in this world. Even? Like even years of experience together. Okay. I thought they were like 7, my bad. Okay. Like a nice guy. There's different bookmarks at the top. But I don't know how to swap. Oh, you have to just keep tabbing. I don't know why the swan and the snake thing are the same. Maybe they're every single page has something different. I wonder if you can squish yourself, or we try everything. Start with 1. Back. All closed, I don't know. Just fucking hanging out. Oh, just going crazy, dude. Damn, that elevator stops pretty hard. I'd fucking turn you into paste, man. Let's try this. I get an allergy pill or something. I mean, we've got choice on this elevator. It's kind of novel, so for this game. These fucking... What's that? Jesus. These boys are annoying, man. Oh. I need 4 neurons. I barely have 4 brain cells, man. It's over. It's over for you. very possible I've already missed some. There's not been really a precedent yet for finding things in the environment. It's usually in like very obvious tents and shit like that. Let's see what we can do. It's alright. It's hard to really say. I've enjoyed the atmosphere. I mean, it's a walking sim. More or less on rails, but I'm having to do a scavenger hunt right now, but it's chill. I mean, there's elements of it that you can kind of tell it's a student game, but it doesn't bother me too much. Like inconsistent voice work and odd popping and weird shit like the game locking up on saves and side areas that have no collision and stuff like that. But the droning ambience and visuals and architecture is cool. There's a lot of text that'll pop up on screen, and I feel like it gets a little too into the nitty gritty for a game that feels like it should be focused on atmosphere. But it does set up some kind of foreboding feelings. We'll see where it goes. Anyways, I need to take a quick break, and then we'll keep finding these neurons back in like a minute, 2 minutes. Well, the story so far, from what I can gather, was this guy and his girl or something used to hang out at this place, and she's kind of mysterious. And then 17 years later, some government or something has imprisoned him and wanted him to change his identity or something, and so he, I don't know, breaks away. I'm not exactly sure on some of that. And then goes back, I think, to where his girl left to. This chick named Celine went to, Celine, excuse me, went to kind of back to this place, or to this place, maybe not back. It's just kind of got this like foreboding, people kind of on like an iron prison or a place that doesn't exist or something. I don't know how much of it's psychological, like this guy's like looking for someone who doesn't exist, or someone who's some like ethereal thing, or if it's just like the zone, it's just stalker or something. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. There's been quite a bit of text and proper nouns and all that kind of stuff, but you're kind of like, it's just popping up while you're riding around, so it's not like taking it all in, and a lot of it isn't visual, it's just raw text. So I'll leave it on this, I suppose, for now. But I'll be right back. This is extra. The text just pops up when you're riding, but I'll be right back. Huh. Alright, time back. Almost. Getting sick, or if it was just being outside from hot to cold, and I haven't been outside much lately because I haven't been working. Finally got some work today. Although I was kind of swallowing a lot of mucus last night. Might just be some sickness, some allergies. Not quite sure. Exacerbated by going outside. Working all day. In nature. I could definitely nap right now, man. Might nap when I get home, and then we'll do chain echoes later. So I haven't found the rest of these nodes here. Oh. Okay. Pretty odd what does and doesn't have collision. Okay, I imagine all of the nodes are not on these. What the? There we go. Maybe that one was already put in. I turned off story hens. I feel like they just put the crows where you need to go anyways. So we'll see. So I found 2 of these. Well, I found 3, but there's 2. I'm just gonna assume the one on the right side was just... already put in is supposed to be the idea, maybe? Either that or it's bugged. I mean, I've seen enough jank. It's funny that you can just jump off of shit. I mean, you don't take fall damage anyways, but you pick up something that like tells you don't take fall damage. It unlocks it, but I mean, you already could. Interesting, because it feels like it's we'll jump off like a 50-story building. It seems kind of odd for immersion, but yeah, it's more fun that way, I guess. I have one more node to find, I think. You guys think the elevator will kill me? I think I shouldn't do it to this game, man. Let's find out. I'm betting on clipping through it. Go ahead and turn this in. Well, it was at the top floor and I jumped off. So. But yeah, took a little bit. Took a wee bit. Got an allergy pill and an ibuprofen, man. That's the job. Yeah, I think there's just 5 to find total. Not 5, 4. I don't think there's like a puzzle to slot them in. I wonder where the last one is though. I went out to this one and there was nothing. You'd think this is the one that would be like the tutorial to like show you. Nothing here. I think we got that one. What if I hit 6? There is no 6, but it's still going. Maybe there is a 6, man. Mud. There's 7. Let me just clip in all these, bro. The fuck? If it like helped with the processing power or something, like to run the game by not having collision. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't see any nodes or whatever they are. There's been nothing in the way of puzzles yet. There's no precedent for like some kind of clever scavenger hunt. Must have just been riding my bike and walking. Thank you still. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing here either. Yeah, that compartment with nothing in it was a little suspicious, I will say. What was that one? Just kind of sitting there? It's just for an uncharted territory. Oh, and there's been enough jank already, I could see it just being broken. Store current. We're supposed to go back across. I'm assuming so. What if I didn't? The lights have changed. There was a wall we couldn't get through. I wonder if anything's gonna have changed as we go. That's probably why there was a bike. No wonder. I was like, why is there a fucking bike at a dead end? But we go back. Unseen complex at the heart of the forest. Is this his girl? The voice on the radio. A white text on a white background. I mean, at least they have a transparent kind of VN thing in the back. But a little more. Huh. So my quest expected to be fairly straightforward ordeal. What is that sentence? I feel like it's kind of trying to be a little like old. Not old, like stylish kind of. Have some of that flavor, but some of it doesn't read very well. Okay, so we got some surreal characters appearing. I like the idea of, and I tend to like when games go for the journey towards the central area thing. I mean, anytime any fucking indie games I played, that's about a journey to somewhere in the middle of something, right? But it's just a strong storytelling goal. We go to the mystery place, wondering what's about, or seeing on the horizon. Build up to it, and you know the trials and tribulations of getting there. Well, they're building up the surrealism of that. I'm curious if it'll keep building into something more bizarre. With all this other story about him and this chick and these governments and these places trying to keep him from coming in here, like it loses a little bit of that kind of subtlety and atmosphere. But maybe it's just supposed to be set dressing. It'll focus on the area from here. Maybe I should have walked through the middle. I doubt anything's like spawned there. I've already been there. Save again. It's just brighter. Yeah, that hang is normal, I guess. I think it just saves, and I don't know if it just... I don't know why it hangs for like 5 seconds. That is normal. The gates, open the gates. Bell. One near the Ravens. So the person on the radio isn't like his handler or something. It's just like some person in the city who's like maybe malicious. I feel like it might be supposed to be some kind of psychological thing. And they're kind of being this like little devil talking about the chick he's going after. It's not terribly clear, and I don't know if it's really trying to be like vague and surreal as much as it is just maybe kind of not hitting the mark. Or maybe I'm not paying attention enough. Because I mean, sometimes you'll have, you know, apparently a man on the other side of the radio, your dude's inner monologue, and then a female voice popping up as well, and there's like not really any indicator the why or where it's coming from at the time, or that you swap to like a different bit of dialogue other than the color of the text. So you kind of just, it's all context. And come after me inside the walls. But it is like his handler, dude. But they just know more about him in this place than our guy thinks. I don't know. I don't know if this was, they talked like this place was getting like attacked by some governments. It's not just like sectioned off or like a Shadow of the Colossus where it's some kind of like sealed off like forbidden land or something. Is it supposed to be surreal? Or is it supposed to be wind? Trees don't bend and then just stop for like 3 seconds and then bend again. Usually there's like a somewhat consistent wind. But if they're bending that hard, it's pretty fucking windy. Oh. I imagine it's supposed to be like windy tree kind of thing. But I mean, it adds to the surrealism whether it's intentional or not. Doesn't help I can't stop and read this for a bit. Getting into this philosophical Get into the philosophical here when I can't stop and kind of like think on stuff. Kind of your mind turns into a sieve a little bit. Just kind of passes through a little. Over here. I mean, I get the feeling of being like psychological, like the guy's not real or something, but that's just other shit talking. Who knows what they're acting in? It would just be weird. Have all these outposts with power and this person talking to them, but like getting into deep philosophical kind of like conversations if they're just his handler, if they just want him back or something. It feels like it's either somebody's like plan or like purely psychological. I gotta say that's hard to engage with it. It goes pretty quick and fair few factions and people for something you're just kind of rolling through and reading as you're just shooting the shit, or as you're just driving around. Especially when it's got like a little bit of this like old-timey flair to it. I mean, I'm not saying it's like some fucking impenetrable shit, but I think it like immediately grabs you. The atmosphere does a better job. I think really the story benefits from the atmosphere and the music. I think it gives a little bit of feeling to the story where it probably wouldn't do it on its own. This game would absolutely filter probably a lot of people though. I can't imagine. Let's see. Very. That's a fucking dear ass third paragraph if I've ever seen one. Alright, so this is a place to go. I think that's where we started, was this place. The mist. So here's a benefit to voices for sure. We've had the voice discussion a bunch before. I think better to have no voice acting than shit voice acting. You can fill in the blanks. It's expensive. It ruins atmosphere. But I think having gameplay, even if it's just walking down a straight line, essentially like this, where you're supposed to be kind of taken in this story as you're moving, is a lot harder when you can't manually move the dialogue forward and there's no voices. I would say if there is a case for like, here's a good example of maybe voices would be better. Granted, I do think it would hurt the atmosphere, so I just stop moving and just read, which is a little stilted, but it's better than shitty VA work. Not kill the atmosphere and the droning music. You really have to have something pretty good voice work. If you heard some like really amateur shit, it would totally kill it. I've seen so many cases of that. I'd rather stop and kind of have a slightly stilted bit of movement. Like it feels like it's supposed to be dialogue that's like flavors we're running. I mean, I can't read it as we go. 50. So what is one aging quicker than the other or something? Well, you said the next time he woke up it was 17 years later, but I feel like, was that just like a story like tool? Or literally, he had no idea what happened in 17 years or something. Like he's in like a time thing. I don't know. I don't know if this is supposed to be a story you're supposed to like really try to dig to figure out. I don't think I will, but I'll play with it as we go here. Hello? What the fuck was that? It just automatically started moving me in the opposite direction. Thought some spooky shit was going on. So is my... It seems like my dish is crazy, or this is like symbolic, or... He's got multiple identities, he's not very happy about the other one. And he thinks he lived a life here, but didn't, according to all. All records. Like I said, it feels like it's supposed to be more surreal, psychological, but... Bell tower. Airship. Western exit's right in the middle. Huh? We need to go to the right. Is it just auto doing stuff? Look at it. Yeah, every time you click it, it's like signing up for another one. Okay. Well, my bad. I was clicking it a bunch and it just keeps going. So this one in the middle is the glass dome. Yeah, they probably shouldn't let you just queue them up for how slow it is. It's kind of a mistake. I can't tell what's just not responsive and what's infinitely queuing something. Actually, let's just explore. Get done. So this is where we entered. His home. The right, like over here or over there? Let's see. The entire current. Does he mean in she has powers way, or can't do everything on her own? Yeah, this is kind of. You have to jump over the last. There's a clock tower. Might as well. I'm gonna jump up every staircases. Hold on. Not that one. Maybe you can hit some of them at an angle. It's got a cool look if you hit the camera just right. I mean, if you explore too much or, you know, like certain kinds of details, you'll miss them. Like, obviously these places don't seem like lived in or practical in that way. But I mean, I guess that adds a surrealism. But when you look at them like this, it's pretty nice. It's solid. I definitely, you look too close or start testing the waters, it falls apart a bit, but it hasn't given me many reasons to run around and find out, so. What the fuck? Oh. Where are we now? That kinda sucked. Personally, I'd prefer the unbroken viewpoint, but it's already like slow paced and atmospheric. I don't need a fucking Elder Scrolls load into the next area. I mean, maybe it's some kind of problem. Yeah, up in the bell tower now. Yeah, it's a little disappointing. It's like all of a sudden they thought, well, maybe we don't want them just walking around and taking forever. Reaching the highest point in the city by a fucking quick loading screen kind of takes the wind out of your sails. I just went where it looked like it would be interesting to go to. It's not his home, but I doubt we can just leave it. Might have to come back or open this somehow. You can't go anywhere. Oh, thanks. Well, I won't then. Might be coming back. It's odd because it's not like it's in a separate state. Yeah, I do think this would probably, there's some definite turn-offs for people here. I think it's just walking. Yeah, I finished it. No, I'm seeing a movie tonight, and I just got this in the mail. It's supposed to be only a few hours long. I'm gonna see if I can fit it in. If not, we'll finish when I get back. And then we'll continue Chained Echoes. I'm fine with it so far. I've got some problems or some questions already, but it's nothing game breaking. I mean, I said that about 2 stars too, so. Let's see. I like the pace and the set pieces and stuff so far, and I don't mind the interweaving of characters. I just think the dialogue's a bit stilted, probably because it's European second or English second language type of thing. And the overdrive system seems kind of arbitrary. And I don't know if I like the skill system. Skill systems where you have to level them slowly are really hit or miss. But I don't know, I stopped after 3 hours. Yeah, it seems like it'll be at least okay. Like I said, I like it so far, but I've already got a few questions. The pace of the combat's also going to be a thing, considering it really hard to avoid combat. It's going to depend on the rewards of combat because there's no XP and all that stuff. I like that you get all your MP and HP back every time, but I also think that might lend itself to way too long of fights, so we'll see. There's concerns I have, but it's totally going to just depend on how it ends up. Right now it's fine, but I could definitely see some stuff going wrong eventually. Yeah, I could have done 3 hours of that, but honestly, I'm kind of more in the mood just to chill a bit. There's a lot of stuff you can clip into. Like another warp up here. Having to jump over every staircase is so odd. Oh, you can still advance the dialogue by jumping, and you have to jump up every staircase? Guess I missed that dialogue. Yeah, way to go back and see dialogue or manually forward it. Like a different button when you're walking around would be good. Or have it voiced, I guess. Yeah, which is cool. I mean, that's another thing about Chained Echoes I'm excited for, is that it is a one-man project. I mean, Sea Stars is like 50 people or something, which is cool. I mean, it's still got like a vision, I suppose, but at least you get to see some kind of somewhat uncompromised vision for the thing. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's everything's compromised in some way, but whether it's time or money or skill or some shit. But yeah, I need to do Ask Libra too. That seems cool. Quiet ass elevator, man. Yep. Yeah. See, that's what I'm wondering is, like, I really like old JRPGs, but I don't want to just do old JRPGs, so I threw in an overdrive meter and every like random system in the book, even if it doesn't all work together well. And that's not the point we're at, but I wonder if it's gonna end up that way. Because, like I said, the overdrive meter just feels totally arbitrary. Like I said, I get poison, I want to cleanse it, not defend 2 turns and then cleanse it just because I'm not in the green or some shit. Like, it just feels kind of odd. I don't know if it's supposed to, like, promote party swapping more often. But I feel like with strong passives and character identity in combat, you'd be able to pull that off without needing a meter to do it for you. But we'll see. Do you? I went to red once, but I didn't go past that. Look, Cactus. Well, this girl's not here, but the room we started in is over here. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I prefer the ebb and the flow to actually be about reacting to fights and what the enemy's going to do and preparing for it. And setting up your own snapshots, your buffs and debuffs. Having like a meter to adjust just kind of feels like it's going to interrupt that strategy. Yeah, I gotta reread this. He's really getting fancy with their dialogue here. Okay. Never mind, I just had to reread a bit. Saying there's shit towering over everything here. Like I said, I don't know if once again that's like literal or like symbolic. I can't tell with like the atmosphere and the artiness they're trying to hit with the dialogue if things are symbolic, psychological, or just straight literal. Like there's just actually giant like super figures somewhere towards the center or something towering over the city. We're considering we can get in an airship. We did learn a way to make use of it. Guess I missed that part, really. I mean, I could imagine, but I haven't used it really yet, bro. I have to go out and check a map. Hola. Abel. Cactus. I have no idea where this place. You learn that plays Reels is. I mean, I imagine I can just check. everything on the map and be self-evident, but funny, they gave me a flashlight that you could pull out with like triangle, and then like I never could pull it out again after that. I don't know if it's just bugged or like what. We don't know yet. Either psychology or real fucking mumbo jumbo or the government. Tell you what's not quiet, man, the crows. Game's got some loud ass crows. Wonder how many people see this game and think it's like a sequel to the unfinished Swan. Without even like using their brain at all. 2 Swan game. Must be in the same. I mean, I guess I get it. Alright, Swan's assholes. I mean, I know geese are. The Wonder Swan. I feel like the thing that's gonna let us play reels is most likely not gonna be like at the top of the fucking tower, but at least we can get knowledge. What the? What's going on out there, man? Boing, 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 boing. Interesting. Funny, the character said that he just learned how to use these reels. Of course I didn't clip through that. But I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. I never saw a reel like a projector. We got a whole city to explore, so we can figure it out with the map once we go back. Or was it up in the airship? Not sure. Whoa. I just walked through the glass. Dude, that's one problem is like, if I have to put any effort into pathfinding, when you're just walking through shit, you're not gonna know if stuff's broken or intentional to be there or what, man. The bell tower. Clock tower, the bell tower. Oh, the bell tower is that way? cemetery. The commercial district. I don't see why a media player would be in the bell tower, but we can take a peek. What the fuck? I'm like floating above the stairs, brother. What the fuck's going on? I'm floating, I'm flying, Mom, I'm flying. Is this the bell tower I'm looking at? Where's this up? The way the guy worded it, you'd think the projector was like in his room or something, but I didn't see shit. Are those bells? No, I just climbed up, but it's bricked. I don't see any ravens or crows outside anything over here. That makes it feel like I shouldn't give a shit. Like all it does is show his house and the clock tower. I don't have hints turned on either. I guess there was ravens going up through the middle. You think everything on the map would have something. That's why I label them, but is lore. We can go to the commercial district. And then I guess I'll go back to the airship. Also, I'm supposed to like leave the city from another exit, but dude's whole goal was to get here, so a little odd doing that. Can't say I'm seeing anything that stands out. Let's try going back up to the airship. Yeah, I was like at the beginning of the game, there was like a line of dialogue that felt like there's supposed to be one before it, but I just never saw it. And I don't know if I'm just missing like little bits of context because of that kind of shit. Like if it's a glitch or if it's like purposeful. Or like I'm supposed to interact with shit I'm not. I mean, you can't really have a game this big and actually like hide shit. Well, you could. It just depends on the kind of game, I guess. The kinds of like key points of interest and the sort of gameplay. Hmm. What is that supposed to do for me? There's someone in here? Oh. Totally unrelated to what I was looking at. But yeah, I mean, it's something like Elden Ring has like a hyper city where you like explore every little nook and cranny, but you're also will probably spend like fucking 2 days there. And there's lots to find, right? This has a very focused story and like goals at the well, focused in theory. I mean, I don't quite know what the fuck's going on after that, but all of a sudden now I have a new goal. I'm looking for some guy. Wait, how do I get back? What the fuck? Oh. Did they like mark this? Huh. Projector in here? I mean, there's film reel. There's a thing. Can I turn it on? So, I wonder if this game is intended to have the hints or not. The big tower. I mean, this feels like the place to use it. Why did he say that he had just learned where to use these when I just found this place now? But also, I didn't find anything here. I don't fucking know, dude. Let's just see if we can find more key locations. There's enough jank in like the geometry and in some of the movement and even just like walking upstairs that like it's hard to say. Like when you watch something like a David Lynch movie or something, you know that it's like purposeful, some of the disjointed and surreal feelings. But when it's a game and like this is happening and things are like broken, or there's like things that are clearly probably not part of the vision, like, you know, the walk through walls and shit. You gotta wonder if maybe the story and some of the triggers and flags are off too, or if it's purposeful storytelling. If I press jump, I think it forwards the dialogue. Footage? What footage? He's been here 16 years talking about scary towers. I'm gonna see the creepy lady again. Yes, it's not a deal breaker, but there is a certain detachment or unimmersive quality to what's going on there. Okay, I assume we're in the right path because it just keeps happening. Okay, so he actually appeared 17 years later. There wasn't like a passage of time, it was just straight up 17 years later. Is he mind wiped? Is he Celine? Is it just some kind of the zone thing going on? Yeah, the story definitely has issues. I can engage with it however I can. And I think the atmosphere, I feel like, gives qualities of the story. It probably isn't able to pull off on its own. In general, there's at least a feeling of like some kind of foreboding or greater mystery, surrealism going on. Maybe something psychological. I don't think you're like kind of really there with every piece of it, and not in like a David Lynch kind of way, but more in like a they're trying to deliver you something and you like can't pick it up kind of way. like there's clearly like an intent, but you're just kind of like, eh. Like I didn't even fully understand that he just like actually was out for 17 years. I feel like when you have this language that's like dreamy, kind of fancy, surreal, if you want it to be taken literally, it's like it has to kind of be reframed a little bit or delivered different. I mean, I guess if you want it to be a bit more dense, and you have to think through it, but I don't think that's what's going on here. And it wouldn't really fit with the momentum of like constantly running to the next zone. Like this is some like brooding story about being in like a mansion or something. Don't jump in a fucking airship. I can't go anywhere. So it kept giving me dialogue the closer I got here. But am I not supposed to be? There's been no indicator that I'm supposed to be in a fucking airship. Unless you count her talking about towering locations. Now, it's weird that the guy would start talking to you as you walk towards this area. It makes you think that that's means you're in the right zone, right? You know? Cutscene plays on your way to somewhere. Oh, I'm going the right way. But it could be fucked flags. Means be back to square one. I don't see anything here though. This is home. What's that? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Home. Airship place. Which is also the bell tower. I guess. Really, it's the only thing of significance here. Maybe there's some odd flags. Let's try again. Clearly at some point we can, otherwise why would they say anything? Well, let's try another key location. Thank God for these iron stilts. These like aperture legs, man. This is the bell tower here. I don't think we went up here. It doesn't really look like a bell tower, but unless the bell's like halfway up. Well, I'd rather actually take an elevator. Like, you're already just like, if you're playing this, you're like fine with walking around and it being slow. And this game is probably a massive turn off for like most people. Like, just the you know, the sheer walking around. But at that point, you might as well just continue the immersion and just go all the way with it. What the? Okay. The bell. Dared to brave it. Is there some threat? Bring a new projector from the shop to it. Why wouldn't they let me grab the projector in the first? I guess we'll do that. "17 years, there's been nobody else. What happened? What is it? The dwarves, man? They disappeared in another dimension." I guess I have those iron salts too. Why can't this guy go get his own shit? Oh, it's odd having NPCs here. I suspect who I am. I assume it's super psychological. But there's like actual NPCs. I mean, I guess if you're gonna try an NPC making him that fucking odd, probably fits the bill. I'll try to retain some level of immersion. Alright, well we gotta go far. We gotta go back to that area in the commercial district. Could be this way. I mean, at least the center, the bell tower, are pretty good. Or excuse me, the airship clock tower, pretty good landmarks. If I can remember where that fucking projector area was. It was most definitely in the commercial district, but it's kind of like up. I kind of stumbled upon it, wasn't very deliberate. A little less memorable. Can I find it by just like walking around over here? Yeah. Can I take this projector now? Oh, what the? He's just here. Okay, we can't see it. We just witnessed footage of the wall being erected from inside the land. It's incredible. I don't think documents of the wall's construction possibly exist. Where did you find this view? So, this place existed before the walls, and then the giant walls popped up. It sounds like it's in a kind of like, I wouldn't say magical, but a surreal way. I don't think it's just governments or something. Or maybe, and then like, it's been forgotten, but the way they phrase it is it's been forgotten and like it's just literally been like memory hold by everyone, or like just nobody talks about it. Like it's just nobody mentions it and nobody leaves and nobody goes there. It seems so much more literal, but just how disjointed it is in the atmosphere and some of the phrasing, I just can't tell. The shaman. The northern forests. Take the airship, fly to the homestead, then get down to the roundabout before it, and take the path north, right opposite of the direction hither. Do not lose your mind. Thanks. Kinda hard when you're looking at that. Fucking... If you're fresh in here, it hangs like that every time you save. I doubt, I mean, maybe they just must have just left it. I highly doubt that was... It was just a PS5 exclusive feature there. The power of the SSD, man. Alright, well we have a goal. I know where the airship is. the roundabout in front of the landing and then go to the north from hither, whatever the fuck hither is at this point. Hither. We gotta actually fly in this uninterrupted. It's not just a loading screen. It's probably gonna be a loading screen. You can't go anywhere. What? Hello? I have to like set it up. They said take the, why does it say this is the tallest place in the city when that was clearly the tallest place in the city? You can't go anywhere. Yeah, but like, are you sure about that? Also, I can't use the flashlight like I said. I don't know if I have to like press a button or 20. Yeah, it says flashlight, but I've pressed triangle a million times. It just doesn't work anymore. It worked like once. Okay. Well, the dude said I could go to, I mean, I could just walk north, but you know that's not gonna work. Alright, I don't know if this is a glitch. Oh, I need to enable hints and see precisely where they want me to go. Fly back to Hanan. Is it broken? Is there a way to like activate this? Is there like a different one? It's the only airship I've seen and it's very distinct. It stands out very hard. Now, unless there's like a different airship facility that I missed. I mean, we haven't even used this location. The giant clock tower acts as the airship station of the city. The cemetery. I mean, I can go to the cemetery, man. Take a peek. You never know. What the? Bros? This intended? Their trailers leak, so please watch the real thing on YouTube. They need all the likes they can get and views, man. Attraction. Did they release it earlier or something? Or just they're hoping people hold out? Yeah. They said that they were going to have a trailer for it on the 5th, so that's tomorrow, right? I don't know if they're just hoping people are waiting or they released their own trailer early, since it's already leaked at this point. 2025. Yeah, about what I expected. Well, all these flowers and stuff were next to that weird lady that we saw once, and it's the same one but a statue. Well, if I can't figure out a way to use this airship, I guess I'll go talk to that guy again. Yeah. So I figured they just cut to the chase and just release it themselves. Why can't I go anywhere? Alright, well, let's go talk to the guy again. If you give me a story blip to use the airship and don't act like he doesn't know how or he needs some extra thing, I'm just gonna go to the airship. I mean, why wouldn't I, right? It's not like he's needed much expertise to do anything else. And the flags have been so broken in this already, it's like... I just figured it probably just work. Oh, let's make our way back. It's kind of a calming little chill game. I mean, I guess I'm just in the mood for like an atmosphere game anyways. But definitely not without its problems. I'm not not gonna pretend there's not a bunch, but... And it's absolutely something I think would filter most people. But it scratches an itch right now, and we'll see where it goes. Definitely some odd ordering and jank and all that shit. Is the guy back home? Is he back in the projector shop? Yeah. FSJ and Echoes. I'm going to see a movie tonight. Back in about an hour, so I'm gonna have to take a break, even if we're not done. Gonna go see that Godzilla -1. Brother's a big Godzilla man. Here's the trailer. Oh, they just put it out straight up. Tom Petty. I'll watch it on my own. I'd play it on stream, but then Rockstar's just gonna like DMC me or something, and Tom Petty's gonna rise up and take me out. Or I'll watch it during the VGAs in 2 days, but I'll probably just watch it like later. I've seen the shitty American Godzilla back in the day. I've seen the new reboots, which I like. Especially the first one. I like the atmosphere, the build-up. We can't talk to him anymore. Alright. But I've never seen the original. I'd like to. We're just more focused on Godzilla fucking shit up. I think this one's supposed to be like that. From what little I read, it just said it's fucked by war, but now Godzilla's also fucking shit up. I'm like, damn. The bell tower. That's Shin Godzilla. There's also a Shin Ultraman, which I think those are just like super grim, abstract ones. I haven't seen him. I know like Godzilla's like a blob or some shit at some point. Didn't they just announce a new Godzilla X King Kong movie or some shit? Maybe they're gonna make out. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I liked the original because they barely show Godzilla. It's just more like atmosphere build-up, so it feels pretty cool. Godzilla's always like kind of, you know, just at a shot, kind of. You know, it's in the dark or in the rain or something. But they just get straight into the action. And is that the third one? The second one's like way too caught up in human stories. They just don't care about. And the third one's just like ass kicking movie, which is fine. One with King Kong. It's fun if you just want to go see some special effects. I'm sure they're all gonna be like that from here on though. In the King Kong movie, Skull Island, Samuel Jackson was fine too. I like the Peter Jackson King Kong better though. And the King Kong I like most of all is, yeah, that Kong. That came out this year. Yeah, I think it's a Japanese made movie, the Godzilla -1, right? The directors and actors are all Japanese. I hope it's subbed and not like some fucked dub when we watch it. I don't need like the cheese right now. If it's actually a good movie. But who knows? I mean, it's like a 1 week, I think, event. PTSD Kong, yeah. I haven't seen the original King Kong either. I'd probably watch the original Godzilla and King Kong. I'm sure they did in a lot of ways, but I'll probably just get to the core of like what it's all about. Well, I don't know if there's just something broken in this. There's nowhere else for me to really go. Unless I like want to walk beyond the city limits in a direction and pray to God. I mean, it literally tells me to fly back to Hanan. The airship up there. I don't know if I've like triggered something now by leaving. I just wonder if it's bugged. It might be like broken. We'll see. I don't think we're finishing this before I gotta leave though. Wouldn't that be cool? A fucking Star Wars movie made by like a Japanese director who's making like crazy Godzilla shit. Hey man, that's what Star Wars probably needs, is a fucking shot in the ass, man, by like somebody totally different. Like the original three are great. Or I mean, yeah, they're good. I like them. Return of the Jedi's got its quirks. Some of the pacing and the goofy asides. You can start to see the George Lucas like indulgence, like with the Ewoks and all that shit. And some of the Jabba bits take a bit, even if they're kind of iconic, like Boba Fett and stuff. They're like Empire was so like the first two were so focused. But I mean, they're good, but like, fuck, dude, the prequels suck, and the fucking new ones suck. Like the prequels suck because it's just some overindulgent dude just fucking going buck wild. It's just bad and cheesy and full of shitty CG. But the new ones suck in like a corporate, soulless husk kind of way. And it's just like, Jesus, dude. The extended universe shit, like the games and stuff, are really where it was at. Not that I've played them all, but shit, I haven't played KOTOR yet. You can't go anywhere. There's no puzzles in this game. So like, there's no precedent. Well, I mean, just bad childish dialogue, shitty melodrama, really bad CG that's not been very well. You can tell everything's like super green screen. Instead of a focus on solid character work and like a clean setting and pacing, it's more about like insane lightsaber duels, and more is better, you know. The first villains, instead of one lightsaber, he's got a lightsaber with two lightsabers on it, you know, and it's just like super over the top, like epic music and shit. And I mean, it's essentially just it's like what Fate turned into, man. You start with like pretty cool atmosphere, like relatively grounded, like well-built world, like a focus and fun characters and bad guys and stuff, and then you get into just, what if we just focused on the part that was cool and go buck wild, right? Yoda's flipping around and fucking CG flying everywhere like a madman and shit. I mean, there's elements of the prequels that spawn some cool stuff, like Clone Wars was supposed to be cool and stuff like pod racing games and shit, but it's just, there's so many kind of indulgent like filler sections with like new goofy gimmicks. I mean, like the pod racing, like, you know, the Naboo thing, and Jar Jar Binks and shit, like shitty comic relief and stuff. And like C-3PO was like comic relief, but he was like toned down. And then you like Jar Jar Binks, he's like insane. It's just like, it's just fucked. I think the thing that really popularized shitting on the prequels though is probably the Red Letter Media videos. The what is it? Blanket? The Blanket reviews. It's a really popular YouTube channel, and they just kind of bit by bit just shit on it. That was a long time ago. There's good reasons to, but I think that's probably, I imagine, what's really spreads the bar. Let's just go to the dead center. I don't know if I have to activate this. There's no information, or the NPC guy won't talk to me again. He didn't tell me anything. If there is like some way I have to like detach the airship or turn on the power. Like before there was like a clear like, ah yes, there's a wire leading to this. I see. But now it just tells me you can't go anywhere. I'm like, well, because I don't have a place to pick? Is it because I literally can't operate it? Is it because it's not turned on? I have a place to go. I know where I want to go. It's right there. Fly back to Hanan. Seems lucky I'm in the patient man mood. That's probably. And I've been fucking. My patience has been tested plenty in last month. That's fucking monk-like right now, dude. Yeah, I don't like the prequels, but like I think they're probably like worse movies than the new ones, but I respect them more than the new ones because I'm so tired of like corporate soulless reboots, like ultra money grab kind of shit. Like at least with the prequels you feel like George Lucas was just kind of like trying to do something. Just absolutely fucked it. And, I mean, I'm sure he let way too many like weird things corrupt his his ability to do anything, but like the fame and the money and stuff and new technology, but yes, this is one of the problems with having like a big open area like this. You're gonna have a lot less direction. And they try to help you with like glowing areas and crows and stuff, and I'm fine just getting lost in the city and exploring and all that. But then you run into the issue where if there's any sequencing issues or flag issues or information issues, you're gonna get lost in a way that's way more annoying than if you're just walking around on a highway. There's only so many ways I can go on a highway or a field, right? I can literally just pick a thing to look at and just walk there and it's probably right. It doesn't matter, right? But here's like I got a lot more options and it takes a lot longer to get there to test them. And I don't mind, but it's definitely a problem that I'm seeing dialogue pop up for things I haven't seen yet, like the projector. I hadn't even been to the projector and they told me I knew about it. But they're telling me about this bell noise that I don't think I ever heard. And that's supposed to be like, let me clue in that there's somebody like here to talk to and find. And then I talk to the guy and they tell me where to go. And I'm like, okay. And then I go there and they say, I can't. But there's no like clue in whether it's a mechanical thing. I mean, it's not like Myst, right? Like it feels like a ribbon or something. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. There's some mechanical thing. There's something I have to activate. There's some puzzle here. There's no precedent for that. All you've done in this is just walk, which is fine. You've got the atmosphere and the story and all that. But the problem is, if there is something beyond that, I would have no idea where to even, what level I'm supposed to be like, kind of being on for this game. Something here. Definitely stuff out there. I should have looked around a bit more before I jumped. Oh well. No elevator buttons here. See, the thing is, they put like crows and swans and shit here. So far, every place that's had one, it's had some point to it. This place, not so much. I mean, it's just the center area on this. And I mean, maybe it's just to look cool, you know? Doves or something, you know, flying through the steeps of the chapel and all that kind of shit. And the sun-drenched mist and stuff. It just looks cool. But if you're gonna mix in stuff that looks cool with your actual, like, guidance visual, then might have fucked up. I don't see anything. I don't know, this is just like a... Or just Shadow of the Colossus here, or... Even that, you got something for finding your way to the sneaky top of the tower. Well, I ain't seen shit, so I'll check the ground floor a bit more, but... There's not many reviews for it. But out of any of the ones I kind of just skimmed real quick to see if we should play this, I didn't see anything about broken sequencing. I don't think. Possible I've just missed something. I'm gonna keep myself from sounding like a fucking note. I just feel like there's like discussion and shit. I'm not saying I got like the answers to everything, but. Rephrase how I say it. There's just things I think you could do. The only way to do something, or if there is problems, and do more than just say there's problems, right? Rephrase, I was like the most pretentious bastard to ever be birthed. Kind of filling the airwaves too. I mean, that's a lot of huffing it. Well, let me really look over this place really hard. And then what I'm going to do is go to the gates on each corner of the city. I might even be able to use that bike. Then we'll see if I can do anything. Like maybe I just missed a switch or two in here. Maybe you have to decouple it from the tower somehow. I really don't think so. But I'm just hoping there's not some kind of find the fucking airship manual in the shop, unmarked shop. See, I was like, I turned back on story hints. I haven't had them yet, and it just says flyback. It doesn't. So I mean, you just assume it's just this. Right? Can I get higher? Pretty sure this is ground floor. Is there like something I can do? I can just walk through the walls. I mean, that's always cool. Like I said, with the weird sequencing that you can like walk through walls, that stuff like stairs aren't working right. It's not a big deal in its own right. The areas are massive, you know, maybe they don't expect you to do everything, you know. You test the limits, you end up finding out. I mean, in a perfect game, you wouldn't do that at all. You wouldn't have it fucked like that. But I mean, in a student game, it's like whatever, right? It's like, I get it. But the problem is, like I said, when you start seeing that kind of jank, you're seeing things broken, and you're seeing what seems like things out of order in sequencing, you're like, is the game broken when you get stuck finally? And I have played stuff where it is broken. And I hate looking shit up. But I've spent hours before just in a broken state, being stubborn, so I'm just like... But sometimes it's not, it's just really poorly, like, told. To me, this feels like it's broke. Here's what we'll do. I'm trying to get away, but it keeps... I'm not even pressing a button, it just auto throws it up. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna reset and hope it didn't delete my save. And hope that maybe if there is a bug, when a fresh reload in, the sequences will all come back. Nice little icon for their company. Credit. Well, we'll probably see the credits later. There's a mount. Oh. I don't want to see the entire, like, story or something. If I can move touch the pad, there's a mouse. I noticed the mouse before I like went in before I started a fresh game, but I didn't think I could actually move it around, man. Let's fly back. Our guy didn't say, man, I don't know how to fly. I don't know how to activate the airship. He just said he'd go. He just said, oh, okay. I got nothing else I can do. And so, I believe him. And we'll pray to God then. Now, is there something weird at the base of this? I don't expect an airship to be on the ground, but I feel like I should check just in case. There shouldn't be a ticket master. I'm glad there's plenty of elevators. Well, what the fuck is this an elevator to? I guess just another elevator. Alright, well, I'm here. Can I, like, turn it on? Looks like it would go out that way, but because there's like, I don't know if that's like an intake. And the pilot seat's right there. Oh, the flashlight works again. This was broken the whole time. It works now. I didn't need the flashlight to be fixed. Do I have to like shut the door? Well, it doesn't tell me 5,000 times I can't go anywhere. It just does it once. Now, you know, here's the question. It's like, now that I've reset and this is working and this isn't telling me 1,000 times I can't go anywhere, does that mean I could go talk to someone else? Can I talk to Stilts Man now, you know? Was he broken? I don't know. Because now we have proof that something was broken and it's fixed now. So it's like, the precedent is set that the game could be in just a busted state of flags. It's like, I have no idea. Maybe there's just a way to turn it on. The guy didn't say a damn word about it. I don't know. Let's start walking that way. Going south. Those almost look like dudes standing on the walls. I don't think it is. Is this where I came from? Look the same. It leads nowhere. Where I came from. The antenna complex. The theme park. I mean, I need to fix the antenna. Is there a bike, dude? This said it leads nowhere. We're gonna find out. It would be just so... Oh. What the simulation breaking down, bros? I don't think that's intentional. Maybe. though, earlier in the game you have bikes that to go down these highways, but there was no bike here. And it did say it leads nowhere. But you know, that's for me to find out, brother. We're kind of at an impasse. I don't know if the game's broken or not, so I'm trying to explore everything I can. Now here's your problem. If there really is nothing down here, no bike, that'll suck. Oh. How much money I just clipped through the ground, dude. I mean, worst case is what I'll do. Oh, there's some moving clouds. Yeah, it's been pretty static in the background, but he had a few. Is I'll just save and I'll just quit and then go back, and it should reload me at the last save point, which I don't think I've saved since. And then we'll try the antenna complex. I mean, I respect they let you just walk out of here. I mean, it's one of those things like there's no... If you're guiding people right, and there's the right kind of context clues and shit, like you could just have a big open area, and like most people probably wouldn't touch it, but there's the immersion of it being able to be gone to. There's always the chance somebody will go. Well, the question is it a good idea? Like immersion breaking, or maybe somebody's just lost, you know? I mean, that's part of the reason I'm out here. But yeah, this is a long run, dude. Jesus. Now I gotta know what's over here. I would have known this was gonna be no bike the whole way. I would have just went and found one in the north. I wonder if technically I can go back all the way through the game up till now. Like it's all loaded into one big thing. I said I had to fly. I don't think I'm leaving the walls. I mean, we're about to, but... Yeah, I'm just like in an infinite loop. Possible. We've been going long enough. And the wall's getting closer. Thank God this is a toggle to run. I mean, I'm just expecting to fall through the floor at some point. That's how the rest of the game's been. jump down there? Am I just fucked? Have to walk back on foot, man? From the ground? You think I clipped through it or died? No fall damage. We'll find out. I mean, assuming it only has manual saves, then at the bells, then I should be able to just quit out and go back. I mean, I'm not like out of bounds. I literally just walked down the highway. We're definitely getting closer. Is that the theme park they were talking about? It's just telling me to fly back, but the Zeppelin, the airship just didn't work. There's absolutely no hints or dialogue or context as to like if you even need to fix it or if it's just broken, like in game or out of game. There's already been enough little glitches that very well could just be sequenced, like kind of fucked. Is this the end? Or is it just not popping in? Not the most exciting end to this journey. Not even an achievement. Not even a little deep. What? You do just walk, bro. It's just an absolutely gigantic map. And there's nothing over there. Reload. And hope it didn't just autosave. Alright, well, it did say that was a path to nowhere. I suppose if we're hoping the airship can actually be entered. Let's try the antenna. I don't know why I would need to go to an antenna to have the airship work. It doesn't even say the airship's broken, it just tells me to go there. I turned back on story hints and it just says fly back. But the airship does not work, so I'm gonna try the theme park and try the antenna. If those don't work, maybe I'll try Stilt Guy again, because I wasn't able to turn on my flashlight, and then I reset the game and I could, so like maybe stuff is broken, so I should retry some of the flags, but I don't know. High hopes. Either way, I need to leave in like 30-40 minutes. Finish later tonight. Probably. What is this? I would be surprised if it was something for if you fell fucking down. Or is this where it came from? I think it might be. Not actually sure. Oh, this leads to the theme park. Maybe we're just gonna end up back here eventually. Ride the funicular down to the southern road. Huh? Can't even activate it. Why did it just change my hints? Out of nowhere. I can't even open it. I know what a funicular is. It might just be buggy. It might not expect you to run over here at this point. There's an invisible wall. Yeah, great. Oh, Florida. Great. Let's hope there's a way up. In case you fell, you know. All you have to do to fall is just choose to. There's no like invisible walls or anything. Which to me means there's probably not actually a way back up. But we'll see. We'll pray there's a God. That he's merciful. Holy. There's probably a bike up there. That shit makes me sleepy though. Guess I'm tired from work. Horrible sleep. Why wouldn't I be? Like the theme park looks like it's on ground level maybe, but just give me an elevator, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with you being able to let the player just walk anywhere, but at least throw a couple fucking, like, lifesavers out here, dude. Like, if your funicular isn't even gonna work. I don't know if I'm just doing it out of order. Now the hints are saying I go do it. And yet. Time is it? 6:08. Interesting. Alright. Well, shall we try the antenna? Jesus Christ. I don't think I need to say anything on that. I mean, there's cool things going on. Like, I like the mega structures and some of the general, like, color palette and some of the drooning ambience. And I suppose some of this realness, although some of it's, I can't tell how intentional and how much of it's coincidental. That's how the story's been. But there's a lot of issues. Sure. I think I'm in the mood enough where I don't mind. But it's one of those that would be hard to recommend. Because it's also super niche. Anyways, let's try the antenna. I gotta leave in 20-30 minutes, so. We're definitely not getting to the end. I thought maybe we'd be done in 2 to 3 hours, but the place alone's been an hour plus. I'm fine riding it out because it's kind of just interesting. They just let you go anywhere and there's nothing stopping you, despite it being like completely huge negative and not where you're supposed to be going yet or anything. And then it crashes the game and stuff. Or that you could just walk for like 20-30 minutes to nothing. So like I said, I mean, that's fine if there's the proper points of interest or, you know, clarity that's probably not worth your time. But now that things are all up in the air and there's glitches and flags broken and sequences I don't know that are maybe broken, you're willing to do what you probably wouldn't do. Like, there's all sorts of areas I could have walked early game when we were in the woods and the plains and shit. I was like, oh no, it's clearly like nothing there, there's no point. Now it's like, well, fuck, man. Yo, tracker. I could not hear that, my bad. I think it's because I changed the audio again. Thank you very much. Yeah, you see that tower over there? You see that 30-minute stretch of highway? You can walk it. And you'll wish you hadn't. But you can. Yeah, it's like, it's a Starfield-like open terrain that you probably shouldn't want to have to walk. I'm more interested, I guess, in walking this than Starfield. But yeah, that's another recent one where you just fucking walk. Your plains of nothing. Yeah, thank you. Alright, let's try these antennas. Maybe the antennas will let me somehow use the airship. Even though there's no reason to expect that. It's not like it's a flight control tower. Like a worker in it. Once again, no bikes. They had a bike every millisecond earlier, now no bikes. Maybe because we're not supposed to be at these places yet. Like I said, short of actually checking a guide to see if my game's broken or not, I'm just trying everything. cut off line. It's like half of the lights like clipping into the ground or something. And the droning ambience helps with making it feel kind of comfy. Or surreal with an intent. Well, there's a save here. I really don't know if I should hit it. I'm gonna not. Let's say I did. I guess we're not that far away. I'll hit it, but this doesn't. Ring every small bell? Huh? In the whole fucking game, dude? Ring every small bell? Really? Are we like at the end? Technically? I mean, we're supposed to be going to the fucking... They were supposed to go back to Hanan and then something's gonna happen during the trip? I mean, that would mean there's not much after that. I mean, the game's only supposed to be a few hours. I mean, I'm at a few hours. I just figure I've gone off the fucking rails, man, or something. Okay, there's like platforming. I mean, this looks too deliberate to not be like something, right? Right? Picks up? This is our last conversation. This is my last one. We're not going back. Oh. If you jump it, skip dialogue, and that's already auto dialogue. Personalities. He's talking to the other one right now. What about this old man in the airship? Are we just not doing that just cuz? Thank you for everything. Huh? Couldn't I just have walked over here on its own? Is this like an open-ended, like there's multiple endings? It feels like we're like about to walk into the end of the game. But what about the airship? What about the theme park? What about his wife? What about the bikes, man? Extra endings. Oh, there's a bike. What about like all that other stuff? All of a sudden, the guy just knows who the radio man is, and also knows the situation, and says you can't go back. It doesn't seem like you chose not to go back. I mean, maybe you can't go to those other areas, like That's like a meta thing? Like, the game says you could, but you can't. Because he knows he needs to go somewhere else. What did Celine do? Never the protagonist. Okay. Is that a pity? I barely even know this person he's talking about. What is she, like an alien, bro? And he's just kind of... I don't know if this is trying to be meta. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they blocked me off from going places and had misleading heads just so that they could justify him saying he can't. He's like obsessive and he can't let the journey end. I don't think that's what's going on. I think I'm hoping for something much more clever than it. I mean, that'd be nice and experimental in a way, but probably not the most effective way of doing it. At that point, you could just have some jokes, Stanley Parable, or the fucking hallway game or whatever. And I don't think the narrative's been like strong enough. I barely understand this character and their motivations to really buy like a meta breakdown of like player agency and shit. Oh, are we gonna end it or what? I got like 10-20 minutes. Probably 20 minutes. They are just gonna end it on me. Let's do it, man. You lost me a bit on the story here. And I just can't help but think there's just shit fucked, man. That vernacular talk. Maybe they'd always plan on you going to the theme park and they just didn't have time, so they cut it out. But left a fucking trigger for the hint. I mean, the game crashed when I got near there. And then you go through all that bullshit with the apparently you're supposed to go to this old man in the north and the fucking airship, and then it just doesn't. And then this just worked. You could have just literally never even entered the fucking city. We're gonna have a little bit of guidance if you're gonna have like a fucking linear story, man. Too off the rails. Brother, if I'm gonna have to climb that, we'll be finishing later. I'm still not even fucking there yet, dude. My little bike. Bike looks like it would fucking destroy your asshole and nutsack, dude. There's barely a seat on this thing. Cute little front end here, though. The color is disappearing. Enter the code. The code. That's how they make sure you've done everything. And why even let me go here? I don't know a code. I don't see a code in her dialogue. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I could just clip through some of this shit, dude. It's funny they had all that story leading up to this, like, yep. This, I understand everything. This is the end of my journey and all. This is the worst flashlight too, dude. Doesn't do anything. And then it's like, you need a code. Why even have the story pop up then? Just have it pop up when you know I've got the code, or at least the material. You know? Maybe the game's called The Unfinished Swan. Oh no, wait, that's that other game. I mixed them up too. I was like, there is a game called The Unfinished Swan. I was like, maybe it's called that because it's not finished. This is silent. I was joking about if people mix, think it's a sequel or something. Well, I guess we gotta go back. I don't even know if you can get back. I mean, the only way I can think of to get back is do this. And then just say fuck it. So the antenna doesn't do anything. The theme park, I need a code to get to the antenna area. The theme park is like fucking broken. I can't press the button. The airship just doesn't let me go. Sorry, I didn't type messages. I don't know if I have time to do much more. It takes a long time to walk anywhere in this, and you need to hit a save point. It's just so odd game design wise. Like, you like walk 20 minutes, and then like, or you walk on the ground or something, and there's like either no way to get back or get up, or like like no checkpoint at the end or anything to save again. And it's like, you just expect the player to like just quit out. It's like the safety measure. That way they can walk anywhere. Like maybe. It's just bizarre. I mean, that's part of, I guess, what's interesting about it. But it's not interesting in like a genuine like like purposeful maybe way, right? It's interesting in like a bizarre. Like, I mean, okay, it is on the sense of like atmosphere and the. You know, I'm curious where they're trying to go with the story here. But more like almost a morbid curiosity. It's just like an all hands off, just mass scale, just walking. But also like you could just fucking completely fuck yourself at any point. And then it's also got like sequencing. It's not even like truly just like go wherever you want. You could like fuck the sequences up. I don't know. It's very bizarre. I guess that kind of makes it fascinating in a way, but it's almost like a morbid way. Not gonna really say anything of any certainty till later. There's all sorts of issues, and I absolutely do not think your average Joe would like it. It's different. I don't think it's purposely different like this. Like, yeah, you can just go anywhere, but it feels very like not much thought's put into the idea of just going everywhere. There's just some stuff at the end of like mass distances that like you might sequence. Let's try the theme park again. And then I need to maybe start getting ready to go. So we can jump in here. Walk up to this. Ride the funicular down to the southern road. Doors shut. Visible walls. But they've changed my hint. I can't press the button. It told me off. Like I said, it's almost so bizarre you almost think it like maybe it is purposeful. Like maybe they're like, maybe it's some weird meta like breakdown of like not being able to go somewhere as part of the journey. But I feel like it tells it in such a, if that was the case, in such a vague roundabout kind of way of storytelling. Like unless you're hoping to be understood like 20 years down the line, I just don't think it's really like through some kind of like super comprehensive analysis or something. I just don't think that makes any sense. It's like, what if I just try to like get up on here, dude? Get up on the Hydra's back, if you will. Alright, well, I think I need to get going, folks. Just check the time. I have 40 minutes, but I gotta probably take a 15-20 minute drive. So, I'll be back. We'll probably finish this tonight. Depends on how tired I am. If not, tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna look anything up, but I might check like reviews to see if this is actually broken, or if it's just extremely vague. Anyways, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Anybody watched? Yeah. Back later. Thanks. And Chain Echoes will be tomorrow.